Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be rocking the new ABH Times Jackie Aina palette. Can you even see it? Look at it. This is not going to be a first impressions. I have been rocking this palette for about a week now. I've been using the browns and neutral shades for my everyday today look, but I wanted to create something different. I also posted a picture on IG on, a look that I did as soon as I got it on date night. So if you want to go see it, go check me out on Talia's Eye Candy on IG. I also wanted to kind of share my thoughts and opinion. One, of course, on the palette, let you know whether or not I recommend it. And I also want to, touch bases on all of the backlash that she got revolving this palette. So, I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about, the black and brown influencers and the attention they get, the voices they have. Should Jackie be the person that, we go to for all answers? Like, I really want to touch bases on all of it. And, of course, even, what I have to bring to the table. So if you're interested in seeing what look I create with this palette and also get my thoughts and opinions about the foolery in the beauty community currently, by all means, stay tuned. But before you go, there's a subscribe button that's located right over here, and alongside of it is a notification bell. You want to make sure you click both because you don't want to miss another video from your girl, and the buttons are right there, over here. Go ahead. Click it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the inside of this palette, but it is definitely more beautiful in person. So I created a look on my Procreate that I will post right here, and I'm going to try to recreate that using this palette. But as we are doing our makeup today, I definitely want to talk about some things. So what I'm going to do first, before we even get started, I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to prime my face and put my eyebrows on, because the eyebrow pomade that I use is no longer on the market, so there's really no point of even showing you that. I'm going to do my brows and I'll be right back. Brows are on, so now I'm going to go in and shape up my brows, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in Chai. The reason why I'm using Too Faced, of course, Jackie Aina collabed with them, so I'm trying to use products that, she would normally use. I don't have everything that she uses because I don't have Jackie money, but I'm going to use what I got that she has used, rather. I want to start off by saying I am extremely proud of Jackie Aina for all her success. I started watching Jackie Aina back in 2014. She was recommended by another YouTuber by the name of Socialite Sandy. I was watching, I can't remember what video it was so long ago, but she was just talking about black YouTubers, I would like to say. The video was about that. Black beauty influencers, and Jackie Aina was the person that I can recall that she name dropped. And so ever since then, I've been following her. I think from 2014 to now, Jackie has changed for the better. Like, her personality definitely shines. She does have a strong personality, but why shouldn't she have one? Like, it's not off-putting, you know what I mean? Because before, like the first videos that I used to watch from her, she was so mild-mannered, you know what I mean? Like, she came off really mild. She wasn't as witty or as funny as she is now. You know what I mean? She's extremely entertaining, and I enjoy watching her. So to see her evolve from the person I saw back in 2014 until now, it is a proud moment. And so for the top of my brow, I'm going to take the foundation that I'm going to use today, and that is the Born This Way in Spiced Rum. And this was one of the shades that she did create with Too Faced. Also too, when I started watching Jackie, she was like one of the only, I don't recall, well no, let me take that back, because I started watching Jackie Aina, and, well, Jackie Aina wasn't my first. My first black YouTuber, or woman of color YouTuber, was Beat Face Honey. So the second YouTuber I started watching was Makeup by Namayasa, and then I want to say I started watching Jackie thereafter. And when you don't have a lot of YouTubers that share your complexion or close to it, you kind of gravitate to the ones that you know that can give you some form of guidance when it comes down to makeup and, you know, what will look better on you, versus watching a person who is much lighter than you that you can't relate to as far as skin complexion goes. So for my eyeshadow base, I'm going to use my P. Louise in Rumor 4. And I'm going to place that on my lid. Jackie was definitely the inspiration to why I even started my own channel. Because mind you, I am late to the game. So by the time I started watching YouTube, or when YouTube was already out, I was already in my, when it first came out, I was in my 30s. Or my early 30s. Late 20s, early 30s when it came out, or when I chimed in. When I chimed in, I was in my early 30s. So to see a black woman on YouTube doing makeup, I was like, why not? Why can't that be me? So she definitely made the transition easier for men and women who look like me, us. So when people are so ready to tell her about herself, it's like, wait a minute, pause. I just never understood what the outrage was when it came down to her. And this past week, it was like people really have her on this high post where she has to be the spokesperson for every black person, every person of color out there. Like, when did we make her the appointee to speak on our behalf? Like, this is not a diss to her whatsoever, but I'm just trying to understand. It's like, so when did we elect her into office to be the one that would only speak for us and we say nothing? I don't know when that occurred. So the first shade I'm going to go with is Ginger. I love this shade. I need Anastasia to make this shade permanent. How pretty. It is a little, like, it does have kick up. Like, you get some heavy kick up with this shade. But it is gorgeous. I think that people get mad at Jackie because she's very vocal. Like, I mean, I will say some things that she could speak more on just because she associates herself with certain people, certain brands. But for the most part, she speaks. But that doesn't make her the person that needs to speak on all of our behalves. You know what I mean? Like, we have that same opportunity as her. Now, granted, will we all get to her level? Maybe not. But that shouldn't stop us from having our 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be left up to her to speak about all the concerns that we all might have in this now beauty community. Or like my girl, nappy-headed Jojoba says in this makeup community, because there's nothing currently beautiful about it. Alright, the only thing I can sit here and say, so you see, like, there's like a dark discoloration right here from it. Like it lays down a little deep, and as I was blending it out, it started to fade. So you can see a little bit of that. I'm gonna put more product on top of that, so it doesn't really, you know, bother me, but you can clearly see there's a pigmentation issue right there. And it did happen on this side as well. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Credit right there. And this is going in the crease. Ooh, so pretty. I don't know how this is going to turn out, because there's one thing to do something on Procreate and there's another thing trying to execute it. Okay, and to blend this out a little bit more, I'm going to go in with Edges. This Morphe brush is starting to fade. So anyway, because I feel like Jackie Aina is definitely a powerhouse and she paved the way for black creators, then we should follow suit. You know, it's not just one person in the game trying to make a difference. We all should have a voice and should give our 2 cents. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't know how this is going to play out, but we're just going to rock with it. So I am going to deepen the crease even more with the color Big Wig, this purple shade, because it looks brighter in the pan than it does when you swatch it. But like I said, I feel like we should follow suit and not just let her stand alone in the good fight. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be soldiers too trying to make a difference. So my thing is this: if we have something to say, if Jackie is saying something that we do not agree with, why is it that we have to either dismiss, discredit, belittle in order to get our point across? I don't understand how that works, whether you're black, white, or whatever. Like, why aren't you able to voice your opinion without being disrespectful? I never understood why people online did that. If you're not willing, and this is just because I'm very old school when I talk about stuff like this, if you're not willing to drop your location, then you shouldn't be saying too much of nothing. Like, if you can't confront a person and tell them to their face directly, then why be disrespectful? And then when you're disrespectful, it warrants a response. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fault a person for wanting to defend themselves. Just saying. I know we talked about this whole cut crease, but I'm gonna go back in with my P. Louise and do a cut crease. So I was watching a Rich Flux video. This video was not about him, but there's something about that guy that's really starting to irk my life. I don't know if his demeanor is starting to change, but nonetheless, he's starting to bug me. And it's not just because of the, him speaking on Jackie or whatever. I don't know. But anywho, so he did a collab with 2 other YouTubers. Oh God, I can't remember. One's Cam and I can't remember the other person. I'm not subscribed to either person, but it was like in that video, he wanted them to be upset right along with him. And I really didn't understand why. Like, I don't know if he was expecting them to react in the same way he felt or whatever, but it just wasn't working out. But nonetheless, he had made a comment that Jackie should collab with smaller YouTubers. I'm not saying that isn't a good idea, but should we frown upon her if she doesn't? Because my thing is this: I believe in hard work, and you know what I mean? I believe in hard work. I know how it is to work hard for something. That's how I felt like getting my nurse's license. I was already older when I received it. Older and pregnant with 2 older kids. It was an easy task. But in order for me to achieve it, I had to bust my tail to get it. No one handed it to me. I'm not saying that help wasn't given. She doesn't owe anybody. Now, to pay it forward, yeah, that's one thing. But why put it out there as if that's something that she should do? I think I messed this up. I sure did. She worked hard, so the rest of us should as well. Now, if she does it, she does. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's a requirement. I don't think that no one should be looking for it because she put in that work to get to where she is. And we're not above doing the same things for ourselves. So I didn't understand why he was even suggesting that. Unless he was, you know, speaking on the people that he was with and why she didn't do it for them. I don't know. I just didn't understand where that was going. So on my lid, I'm going to use Lituation, this color right here. And it's very soft. I think I put too much on. And I went up higher with this cut crease than I wanted to. And like I was saying before, social media can be the perfect, you know, platforms to build your online business. It's like free advertisement, you know what I mean, for your brand. But there are people out here that can get blatantly disrespectful, and it's just like people can't speak on it, you know what I mean? The second shade I'm gonna go with, or the next shade I'm gonna go with, is Chickington. It's this purple shade right here. And it's like people can come for your head, and just because you are well known, you're a public figure, you're supposed to allow the disrespect. Now granted, I don't understand why people feel like the only way you can tell someone where to go and where to put it is by cursing them out. The dictionary is filled with plenty of words that you can use to tell someone to go shove it up their behind. Just saying. But it's just like, what kills me is that people have high expectations for Jackie, but other YouTubers can literally run amok and no one can say anything. Like, it's okay, they get a pass. She gets frowned upon. And I'm just taking Big Wig and just putting it in my outer corner. Like, it baffles me. Okay, so before I finish my eyes, I'm gonna apply my foundation, and I will be using the Born This Way foundation in Spiced Rum. So I need you guys to answer a question for me. If you were in her shoes, and every time something good happens to you, someone is always ready to tell you that you're whack, what in God's green earth would you do? What would you say? For real, let's evaluate your character. I know what I would do. Let me tell you something. When I made a reaction video to a certain someone, I just can't get over. People talk about Jackie Aina's fans, and I'm just like, she's not the only person who has outrageous followers who say outrageous crap. Nor can she control, and that goes for other people too. No one can control what people say. Let's make that clear. But we can't blame her for, or anybody else's followings. But let me tell you something. When I made a certain video about a certain someone's concealers, his people didn't have any mercy on me whatsoever. Not none. But ask me what I did. I didn't dig a hole and be like, you know what, this is too much. One, I don't know anybody who's leaving these comments, so who cares? Two, I also did say, well, you know, since you can't see my point of view and where I'm coming from, which is cool. I don't expect for people to completely understand where I'm coming from or agree with my opinions. But because I know you're not even giving it an opportunity to let it sink in, I see what you're doing. You're swinging off of people's nuts. So therefore, since you're swinging that hard, by all means, we can talk once you jump off. Like, we don't even have to do this now. It's okay. And I loved everybody's comments. And I think that was infuriating people even more by loving what they had to say. You're not going to make me mad ever. Like, it's annoying. Like, the nerve of people, and the ones who have something to say don't have a face. So it's like, oh, you're big and bad, and then you don't want to show your face? Interesting. Now, clapping back may not be the most professional thing to do, but again, there's ways of doing it without being extremely disrespectful. Say how you feel without cursing, without insulting, without name calling, criticizing someone's features. Like, you're capable of sharing your opinion without being a complete jerk. You know what I mean? Or voicing your opinion, brother. I'm gonna take a little bit of chai. I mix chai and chestnut for my highlighter. But my thing is, I don't know how strong you think a person can be when people literally are always trying to make you out to be the bad guy. Now, it's one thing if you have personal beef with this individual. Like, if it's personal, hey, none of us can chime in because it's none of our business. It's something personal. But if you're one to just jump on the bandwagon because you can't form an opinion, then you're just a follower, period. So start looking at yourself, you know, that you gotta look to someone else to tell you how to feel. And some people need to just stop putting these YouTubers on a pedestal. They're not the Lord. They're not the beginning and the end. Like, relax. Appreciate their craft and move on. Okay, and for my setting powder, I'm gonna use the FENTY, what's it called? So for my setting powder, I'm gonna use the FENTY Pro Filter Powder in Honey. I personally am not an uber fan of this powder, but I know Jackie seems to like it. And since Jackie seems to like it, we're gonna rock with it today. See, with the brush, it's not bad. It smells good though. Never noticed the smell before. I kept watching, like, you know, different people, and I was like, oh, this powder smells good. Never really noticed the fragrance until now. Okay, and for my all over powder, I'm gonna go in with my Lancome. And I know that a lot of people, when they talk negative about Jackie, the first thing they bring up is the petty page situation. I am a fan of hers, and I am a fan of Jackie's. When I tend to like people, even like in friendships, I do not get myself involved when I like both parties. But I will tell people when they're right and when they're wrong. And in this case, I feel like, truth be told, and Jackie was definitely wrong for just blurting out stuff like that about who did what and who stole where, who stole what. Like, that was foul. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But it's a personal beef between both of them. I don't know either party personally, so I can't hold on to riffs that do not involve me. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Mocha Mami bronzer. And for those who don't know who Petty Page is, go check her out. She's extremely intelligent, extremely witty, and I feel like for the most part she's fair. But I feel like everybody will sit here and say, oh, what Jackie did, this, you know, the reason why I don't like Jackie is what she did to Paige and blah, blah, blah. Like, hold on. But aren't you the same individual that roots for other people, other YouTubers who have been blatantly disrespectful? You give them a pass, but you're unable to forgive a person that didn't really technically do anything to you. So someone who can be either racist or just plain out disrespectful gets a pass. There's growth there, but there's not growth for anybody else. Oh, and I'm using my Sephora Pro Face Palette in Deep, and the color I'm using for my contour is Epic. Okay, so at first I was going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but I'm going to use this little sample of the Monsieur Big mascara from Lancome. It's a sample. I just want to see how it works. It's a nice little big wand for a sample size. Oh Lord. I'll try to get as much mascara off of this wand. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as that mascara dries, I'm gonna put on my blush. And I'm gonna go back into my Sephora palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of Premiere and After Party. Okay. So I didn't watch Jackie's, what's her name? Her Insta stories when she called people ungrateful and heathens. So I know that you guys, some of you who are on YouTube, maybe not so much of my crew here on my channel, but I think that the folks that follow Jackie have never seen Sanford and Son and know who Esther is. Heathens is not a derogatory term of any sort. She used to call, Esther was Fred Sanford's sister-in-law. I'm going in with LeBron's. This is the Artist Couture times Jackie Aina collab. And Esther used to call Fred a heathen, a weasel, all the time. And she was a Christian. So everything that man did, she had something to say. So a heathen was more so like, you know, you sinner kind of situation. But for people to truly flip it as if she was calling her ride or dies ungrateful was baffling to me. But that just goes out to people just trying to find stuff to gripe about, you know? And as far as being ungrateful, I couldn't really tell you what she meant by that unless she was talking about, like, you know, yeah. Okay, and for my lips, I'm going to use the Colored Rain Mocha as my liner. And then I'm going to go in with Ashton from ABH. Now let's see how this turns out. And now I'm going to go in with Ashton. And I think you can actually find this lip color at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I bought mine full price, but I want to say you can get it. You can get it there. And then just blend it out. I don't know what's going on with my voice. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Fenty Gloss and Fenty Glow. It's a little darker than I wanted it to be, truth be told. I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. Where are you? And maybe dab it in the center. Okay, it's a little bit better. Alright, and I'm just going to spray it down with my Black Radiance Matte Spray. So this is the final look. What do you think? Yeah, I think it came out very, very good. I like it anyway. I personally love this palette. Again, it's not because of who ABH collaborated with. One, I've always liked Anastasia eyeshadows. Always. Like, I think that they make one of the best formulations in the game, period. And the fact that they were able to collab with one of the YouTubers that I myself have, you know, looked up to is wonderful. Like, I'm not going to knock her ever. Like, I don't have to agree. I don't have to do any of that, nor do you. But I'm not going to waste my time trying to make her feel some type of way. But nonetheless, this palette is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like it's everyday. So the shadows that I use on the everyday basis since I've got it is Ginger and Credit. These are my two that I have been using every single day since I bought this palette. Is it worth $45? It's the same as it is for any other Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So absolutely, it is worth it. The packaging is pretty. I don't really care for it. Like, this is a make or break. I don't do my makeup with the packaging. I use the inside of it and I absolutely love it. So am I going to recommend it to you? Yes. But, you know, if you have similar shades, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to go ahead and get it. I'm going to support people that, you know, that I like, as everybody else does on this platform. But also, too, some shades can be a little redundant. I know that in this palette, I have similar shades from other brands, other palettes, hell, even maybe by Anastasia herself. I may have duplicates, but the palette is very pretty. I will always be in the business to support Black owned, Latina owned, Black collaborations every single time. I mean, of course, if I like it, if I'm into whatever it is that's being advertised, I'm going to support. You have to respect Jackie Aina's hustle, and I definitely respect it. I respect what the amount of time and hard work she put into this beauty community, and so you got to give her respect. Point blank, period. There's no other way around that. So congratulations. I can't say it enough. So if I had the opportunity to have a conversation with Jackie Aina, I would definitely tell her, congratulations, job well done. And also to ignore the foolery that is out here. People are very envious and or just miserable, period, and just want to see other people be just as miserable as they are. It's sad, but true. And also too, for paving the way for us darker skinned people to get into the game and also to be recognized. Like, I don't know how people can ignore the fact that you were definitely a voice into why brands are expanding their foundation shades and making deeper colors and stuff like that, so then people like us can wear it. So thank you for what you have done. Keep grinding and continue to keep your circle very small. Like I tell my kids, I tell anybody, friendships, good people come in small circles. You're never going to find a large group of people who are for you and who are always willing to root for you. So continue to keep your your circle small, your family, your friends, tight knit, because people who root for you one minute will definitely start, shooting at you the next, which makes no sense to me, but it occurs. So keep grinding. And sometimes I wonder, are people mad because you're not a Build-A-Bear like everybody else in this beauty community? Okay, you got your boobs done or whatever, but that's about it. Everything else belongs to you. And everyone else is so manufactured. I don't know what the beef is, but that could be a problem. Also, too, congratulations on your engagement with Dennis. Many blessings on that union. You guys deserve all the happiness that your heart can hold. But definitely, Anastasia, I need you to come out with a ginger in a single pan. I want that shade forever. It did have a little bit of patchiness or some deeper discoloration as I was blending it out, but nothing too severe to where I wouldn't want it again. I feel like it was a perfect shade, period. So I need that in a single pan. Thank you. And this is to all my POC creators. Plant your seed in the community. Make your footprint. Stop relying on everybody else to speak for you or to do what you feel like they should be doing it. You do it. Don't allow yourself to be muted because you're waiting on someone else to do it first. You take the lead. So I encourage everybody who wants to get in the beauty community or who wants to just get into YouTube, period, that stop looking at the next person and focus on what you're trying to do. Everybody else is obsolete. Doesn't even matter. If you want to see change in the beauty community, makeup community, whatever, you be that voice. If you see anybody doing something wrong, try not to do what they're doing. Do you. Focus on you. I'm always in the business of uplifting each other versus breaking you down. I don't gain anything from it, and nor will you. So stop wasting your time and energy on trying to make people feel some type of way. Like, what do you get out of it? I don't understand. If you don't like something, move on. Don't give it your energy. It's not worth it, right? So carry on. So I'm definitely excited to see, how we grow as a community and what people took away from the slight drama that occurred. What is it that you're going to do? How are you going to take the lead? What are you going to say? How are you going to contribute? How am I going to contribute? We shall see. Alright, that is it. Let me know what you think of the overall look. Let me know down in the comment section. Also, too, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to connect with me on social media, you can find me on Everything Talia's Eye Candy. That's on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And remember, I have a second Instagram page called Beauty from the Inside Out 365, where we go over the inner beauty on that page. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely catch you all in the next. Bye. Llegó la mami que todo desespera, te deja boca abierta cuando ve tan